My dear sister, I'm going to advise you something. From a psychological point of view, psychology, and naturally, your husband is in a very tough situation. His mother, you have to understand this, his mother is his authority, which means that he can only say so much. And if he says something to her about the situation, he will normally choose a time and place where you cannot hear the conversation. Most men do that. The reason he does that is not because he's trying to hide things from you if he does that, but it's because he is afraid that his mother may say something that may hurt you more. So he settles with where he's at and talks to his mother first to see what comes out. If she says something good, alhamdulillah, he can work from there. If she doesn't agree with him and continues, then he keeps it silent and doesn't make the situation worse. Why? Whether he likes it or not, he can only talk to his mother so much. He cannot abandon her. He cannot cut her off. He cannot talk to her in the same way. So when I see here that you're saying, and the husband stays silent, I feel as if there is blame being put on the husband. Please take it easy on your husband. Please have mercy on your husband. Because one day, you will be a mother. And one day, you will have a daughter-in-law. You will. And Allahu A'lam what kind of a daughter-in-law you'll have. And you may have ill feelings towards her. You may feel that this son of yours has chosen her over you. You're the mother. You're the one who carried him. You're the one who sacrificed her life for him. And now this woman pops out of nowhere and takes him all from you. You're going to feel like that. Only a God-fearing woman abstains from such language. So what I can say to you, first of all, sister, is take it easy on your husband and lessen the burden off him. Let me give you an excellent piece of advice. My dear sister in Islam, I've solemnized about 600 marriages in Australia. And half of them, they call me up and talk to me about their situation in the marriage and ask me very similar questions. Among the best advices I give to them, and it works, alhamdulillah, is this. No matter what your in-laws say, number one, tolerate. Tolerate their bad behavior. I know it seems harsh. I know it seems that maybe I'm not considering your own feelings, your own rights. I know I may be sounding like I'm not respecting your own dignity. Wallahi, I am. Please bear with me. Try to tolerate as much as you can from the misbehavior or mistreatment of your in-laws. If you do that, wallahi, 90% of the time your husband will only grow to love you more. He will love you more because you are helping him. And if he loves you more, he will serve you better. And he will protect you from them more. In fact, you will give him a better stance to talk to his parents, a better stance to talk to his parents the way you like. Try not to put that pressure on him. He can only go so far. Because, remember, this person you married, when he came out of his parents' life, his mother knows him inside out. His mother knows him inside out. She knows how he speaks. She knows how he deals with situations he doesn't like. So if you put too much pressure on him and force him to say certain things to your mother-in-law, and you have a right to defend yourself, wallahi. But if he goes out of pressure from you, then he's going to say and act in a certain way that his mother knows it is not her son speaking. So then she will blame you more. She will say, this is your wife's doings, she is sending you to disrespect me. Because I know my son. Am I right or wrong? Having said that, this does not give the mother-in-law the right to disrespect her daughter-in-law. What happens? Her son will limit, or he will limit his contact with his mother. Why? Because every time he visits her or he goes over with his wife, he comes back with a headache at home. The result, the children become psychologically disturbed. The children get raised in a dysfunctional family. Mark my words. The arguments grow because the husband is in two places. Number one, he wants to protect his wife and defend her. She's his wife. These are his children. He needs her. He loves her. She served him well. She loves him. He owes her a lot. At the same time, his mother, he owes her even more. Secondly, he has authority over his wife, but his mother has authority over him. So, he is afraid. He can't bring himself to tell his wife, my mother is a bad woman. My mother is a nasty woman. You know, some wives don't want to hear that from their husband. They want to hear their husband say, my mother is very wrong. My mother should have never done that. May Allah guide my mother for her mistreatment of my wife. You wife, don't even listen to her. You know, if she tells you the next time, you don't listen to her. I will deal with her. The wife wants to hear these things. But a good son who is God-fearing will never say these things. He will say simple words like, my dear wife, Ma'lash, be patient. I know my mother may say things sometimes that are hurtful to you and it doesn't please me, but what can I do? Now, the first time he says it, the second time he says it to you, third time, fourth time, and in the end, what happens to him? He gets frustrated too. He can't say what you want to hear because he can't backbite his mother. He can't. His mother is about to die. He only has a few more years before he sees her pass away. He doesn't want to leave her like that. At the same time, he wants his wife to be comfortable and happy. So then he says to her, wife, look, you don't have to always go over. You don't always have to have contact with my mother. I know of couples where, you know, their wife sees them only on occasions. She goes to visit her, their in-laws on Eid or in Ramadan, which is fine. She's not obliged to constantly visit them in these circumstances, yani. But the son has to continue to maintain his contact with his mother and father. My dear sister, having said this, when your husband goes and visits them, please do not ask him questions. Don't sit there asking, what did your mother say about me? You were there for a long time. You can talk to her, mashallah. But your wife, we always argue. I wish you can talk the same way you talk to your mother with me. But you see, the problem was that when he was with his mother is pampering him, making the best food for him. I'm sure the sister does that too. But she is smarter than you, because she knows her son better than you. And her son's compassion and kindness overcomes him. This is not his fault, he's born with it. And your compassion and kindness to your mother and father also overcome you, my dear sister, as well. I'm sure about that. Now, if the husband supports his mother with his ill treatment towards you, then this is dhulm. This is oppression. And the husband who oppresses his wife, even if his mother is the one who causes him to do that, will be gathered with the oppressors of the world on the Day of Judgment. People like Hitler and Fir'aun, waliyadu billah. And there is no harm and no haram in the husband or the son sitting down with his mother and saying to her with the most respectful words, my mother, my dear mother, Allah is witness that I love you more than myself. My blood in my vein flows in love for you. I will do anything for you, my mother. I will cross the 7 seas. But my wife, Allah has obliged me to look after her. She is not better than you. The son has to say these things to his mother. He has to say these. He has to exaggerate them. Even if he doesn't mean them 100%. You must exaggerate them to your mother. She is a human being who only wants the best for you, and she loves you. So you say to her, mother, what you are doing is wrong. This is the work of the son. What you are doing is wrong. The mother may respond and say, what am I doing is wrong? Is she teaching you? Mother, wallahi, she is not teaching me. And you know what, mother, because of my respect and love for you, I don't want to say anything more than that. All I want to say is, it's hurting me, and it makes my life hard. That when, you know, words that are hurtful, it's not nice. So there's nothing wrong with saying to your mother that. And you say to your mother and hug her, say, wallahi, I love you more than anything. You have to express these words. So 10 good things, 1 negative thing. And then you say to her, mother, I will never leave you alone, and my wife never can change me. No one can change me. So my mother, please, if you love your son, please help me in this manner. And if there's anything my wife does wrong, come and talk to me. Talk to me, inshallah, and I'll handle it. And in the end, if they don't listen and they keep arguing, some parents, they just don't get it. This is what you say to them finally. You say, mother and father, you taught me, I didn't teach you. You know more than me, I don't know more than you. If you think that what you are saying and the way you think is the right way, then keep going. And if you think it's the wrong way, then you know it. I'm not the person to tell you. I will still love you and I appreciate you. Insha'Allah, your parents will go back and think about it, and I'm sure insha'Allah it'll have a positive effect. So long as you are the one who talks to your parents in that manner, and you know, sister, please respect him with his privacy with his parents. I'm sorry to take more time on that, this is a very serious topic. Respect him and give him the room to talk in private with his parents, and don't burden him with too many questions. Because just as when he talks to you, you don't want him to say anything about you to his parents, also his parents are trusting him not to pass on the information to you.